What's up? What's up? What's up? For those watching the replay, what's happening? This is the Marketers Cypher. I'm holding it down today for the squad. Let me just make sure all this stuff is live for you guys, man. But we're here just going to be kicking it. I got a few questions. If you guys got some questions, we can drop those questions out there. But I got a little bit of insight for you guys tonight. Let's see. Let me make this public. All right. Got to make sure we got everything rocking and rolling. For those catching me live, make sure you drop some comments down below for me. Please drop some comments down below. All right. Okay. What else we got going on? Let me hold on now. Hold on. Let me get this going back. I hope everybody's doing dope, having phenomenal. Go ahead and drop some comments down below. Rocking the Marketers Cypher tonight. Potentially dolo. It's a lot of stuff going on tonight, but I got some dope information for you guys anyway. Make sure you let me know you can hear my vocals in the chat below. Let me know you can hear my vocals. We're going to talk a little bit about business tonight. Try to give you some definite some gems. Go on, give me some love in the comments, y'all. Give me some love in the comments. Let me see who we got. Give me some love in the comments. We're gonna start this thing off. The Marketers Cypher. We come every other Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do what's called the Marketers Cypher. Okay, it's broadcasted on a few different channels, and we bring different questions to the panel. Okay. And on the panel, we ask specific questions about business. You can bring us questions about business, and we're more than willing to answer those questions for you. Some other members of the Cypher will be hopping on a little later, potentially. It was just one of those days, right, where your boy had to come through and shine with or without the squad, because we're all entrepreneurs and everybody had, different things that they needed to take care of this evening, but it's all good, right? What is the biggest challenge in business right now? Or if I can be a little bit more specific, what is your biggest challenge in business right now, right? Do you have one right now? Business right now is very weird, right? Because, the country was closed for almost a year. And a lot of people in business couldn't really flourish like they were pre-COVID, right? And now they're trying to snap back now after post-COVID, right? Not even post, right? We still in it. But it's weird now because now we got this whole 50-50 situation going on, right? We got, 50% traditional business. We got 50% not so traditional business, right? So we got all these things happening right now. It's like, how do we keep growing and expanding? So the biggest challenge in business right now is being able to, I believe, is just getting in front of enough people, right? Before, there's so many places we could go to get in front of people so that we can market and advertise what we were doing. But the cool thing about what happened is it forced people to just do business slightly differently, right? Because regardless, business was still happening, right? Business was still happening. Some people took the situation that happened last year and said, you know what? I ain't gonna be able to do this no more, right? Because they were so accustomed to doing business a certain way. And now they had to switch up the routine. So I think the biggest challenge in business right now is trying to adjust post-COVID-19, right? With so many different things have changed. The way people interact have changed, right? We barely shake hands now, right? If you think it was bad last year, now it's even worse, right? We don't want to touch hands. We don't want to stand next to each other. It's like, how do we do business like that? So most people did what? They hopped online. And all these different tools and pieces of technology have allowed us to still crush business from the comfort of our own homes, from our offices. We don't have to travel out of the office no more. So it's cool that it opened up everybody's perspective a lot, but there's still people trying to make the adjustment. How can I grow my business utilizing the internet when I was so accustomed to doing it another way? Okay. Sandra says, hi, Mike. What is that? Rowcleaning.net. I'm so brand new and excited. I need ideas for marketing. I mean, honestly, Sandra, it's super simple, right? It's super simple. You hang out and you participate on one of the largest social platforms in the world, if not the largest social platform in the world. right? So therefore, if you hang out on the largest social platform in the world, so does your ideal client, right? So Sandra, we got to determine first who, right? Who do we want to clean, right? So it says rowcleaning.net. I'm so brand new and it's exciting. What are we cleaning? That's what I want to know. She said, I got tired of adjusting and got my own, cleaning what people want after COVID-19. So are we cleaning buildings, offices, homes? Are we sanitizing? Like, what are we doing? Right? Let me know. What are we doing? Right? So we've already determined that your ideal client is most likely hanging out somewhere on Facebook, right? So it's like, well, how do I get in front of enough of them every day on Facebook, right? And if you ask me, I'm gonna tell you to run some ads, right? I'm gonna tell you to run some ads to find that ideal client, right? And the cool thing, Sandra, you know, what you may or may not, you know, what you want to probably spend some time on is teaching people about what you do, right? That's the biggest thing, right? We're in the age now where teaching attracts buyers, right? Letting people know what we do, how we do it, and how they can best benefit from how we do it, right? It attracts buyers to us, right? So, you know, people get on social media and they're looking for somebody to teach them a nugget or two about some things, right? So she says offices, homes, churches, COVID certified. That's awesome. I didn't even know they had a COVID certification. Like, how cool is that? That's a whole nother niche. A whole nother niche, right? How many people have offices, churches, and homes that live right here on Facebook every single day? Let's get some ads in front of them, right? Right? Let's get some ads in front of them, right? That's the easiest way to get in front of some people right now. Anybody else got some challenges they want to focus on, right? And I'm always going to tell you, pick one method, right? Of however you decide to market and get your business out there, pick one method. That's another challenge with business right now. There's so many different ways to market and advertise. There's 101 ways to market and advertise. And we think that we got to do all 101. In order for us to grow the business. It's kind of like those people who say we need multiple streams of income. Like, bruh, if you don't have one stream of income that's bringing in $1 million, you need to shut off all them other streams of income and focus on the one right now and get that to where you need to be. It's the same thing with marketing. Let's choose one marketing method right now and work the hell out of that method. Learn everything there is about that method. Focus on it for 12 months, right? Get yourself in a situation where one method is crushing it for you. And then we can start dabbling others. Because obviously, as we scale, we're going to scale wide too and start, you know what I mean, casting our net a little bit further. Maybe even LinkedIn. I don't know, right? Because she says how offices, homes, churches, you know what? Facebook, start there, right? So many different platforms that we could operate on to help us grow, right? So that's one of the biggest challenges in business. A few of them, picking too many ways to market and advertise and not deciding, right, or not taking the time to educate people about what it is that you do and how you can serve. There's so much content flying at people every day. Step outside the box. Oh, look at that. I hear you. Airbnbs is hot. Let's go. See, that's there you go right there. Now you just got to hook up with a whole bunch of Airbnb. Now imagine running some ads saying, hey, do you own and operate an Airbnb and would love to have that thing clean, COVID free, whatever, right? So, you know, that ad comes in front of me and I'm a B&B, you know, operator. I'm like, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. You know what I mean? I'm probably going to click the link and check out what you got to offer, right? Man, that's a nugget. That's a nugget and a half. I could talk all night about that particular topic, but I'm trying to balance the time here, okay? Oh, man, but you know, as you start to work through your challenges, right? You work through your challenges and, you know, you can go through this thing on your own, or you can go out there and find yourself some sort of mentor or coach, right? Because, you know, I got to the point where I was like, yo, I'm too old to try to figure this shit out, right? I'm like, you know what I mean? You get to the point where you're like, nah, I don't have the time. I got kids, I got a wife, you got 9-5, you got all these things happening. You're like, yo, I got too much going on to try to figure this out on my own. What am I going to do? I gotta invest in a coach, right? I gotta invest in someone who's getting results in what I'm doing, right? If not getting results in the specific niche, at least getting results in marketing and advertising, because that's got to be at the top of your priority list, marketing and advertising, right? So many people spend so much time trying to make this shit pretty, like, oh man, I'm making the thing pretty, I'm getting all the licenses, and I'm getting the colors and the logo right. Like, you spending all this time making it pretty. Mind you, you should be marketing and advertising to folks all day long, right? All day long, nonstop. It should never stop, right? Because we got to talk to people about what we do so we can serve them. We can get some new business coming in, right? I use financial advisor. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to your money, right? It's like, yo, I don't have any more time to be trying to figure out my money. Let me hire somebody to help me figure out my money, right? So with that being said, what are the most important factors when choosing a coach? What are the most important factors when choosing a coach? First, you need to know that they're valuable, right? You need to see their level of consistency. There's some people that follow me for months on end before they even decide to even get on the calendar. You just got to see if this person is consistent. You got a consistent coach, right? A consistent coach that, number two, maybe have some testimonials, right? Have some people that they've worked with. And if you're a coach, you might want to work with some people for free first, so that you can at least get you some testimonies on the board, and then we can start charging, right? So so coaches, right? So we talked about, what did we say just now? Consistency. Make sure that they're consistent, right? Make sure that they have mastered one thing, right? Pay attention to that. We don't really want to work with we don't want to work with someone that does a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I don't want to work with you because you do a whole bunch of stuff. I want to work with somebody who's mastered what I need, right? And you've grown a business based on what I need, right? Find that person, right? If you find I can do this for you, I can do that for you, and then I can do this for you, and then if we do this, and I can do that for you. Like, I don't need you to do all that for me. I need you to do the one thing I'm asking you for, and I need to see that you've done that with some other folks too. Right? That's probably, to me, that's the most important factor when choosing a damn coach, right? Make sure that they have a simple system, right? I don't throw a whole bunch of complicated stuff at me. I just told you I'm trying to build this thing, right? I just told you that I'm new to this, right? I need a simple system that's still going to be effective. Unfortunately, so many of us think that complexity, because is that the word? Complexity. That's not the word. That don't even sound like the word. Complexity. Is that the word? I think that's the word. I think I got it, y'all. Right? Everybody think that complicating things makes it better. No, complicated things makes it absolutely worse. Right? Find your coach, testimonies, simple system that's been proven. Right? Simple system that's been proven. Find that guy, find that girl, work with them. Right? See that level of consistency all day long. Okay. Rashad says, right on. My financial advisor was a travel CNA like I was. He told me his name was going to be in lights, and he got a successful cleaning business. There you go. Right? There goes somebody that you can lock arms with. Right? They can relate to the life that you're building your legacy with, but they can also relate to the business that you're trying to build as well. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. All day long, I would do the same thing, right? What would be the best way to market my business? How can I get more affiliates to sign up and refer customers to get paid? Number one, stop worrying about customers and stop worrying about getting paid, right? Worrying about sending some value into the marketplace. Convince people that text messaging is the way by explaining this stuff through content. Right? So many people want to bash you with their business and their link and, sign up here. This is what I do. Text messaging is the world. Like, we need you out here. We need you out here talking about this stuff. We need you out here showing us that you in the trenches, right? We need you out here talking about every single day and attracting people to who you are. So it makes it so much easier to sell that stuff. And it's the same thing. You're either going to do it organically or you're going to do it by ads. However you do it, organically or with ads, you still got to lead with value, right? You still got to lead with value so we can build the personal database, right? I need my own personal database. I need that. I need that email list, right? You need that text message list, right? You need to build that thing up and constantly giving value to people every single day, right? And then that's how you're going to get people. It's the oldest trick in the book, getting people to know, like, and trust you. That's it, right? We want to do business with folks that we trust. We want to do business with folks that we can dig, right? We want to do business with folks who've stuck around and been doing what they do all day, every day, right? They here I'm here. I'm in the trenches every day. I'm here, right? When we talk about breakthrough ads and Facebook ads, everybody, they know to come to Mike. Right. If you don't, I'm gonna keep doing videos. Right. So it's just stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like it's just be out here, be in it. You know what I mean? We can no longer keep the great ideals up here anymore. Right. Because radio is far too expensive. Right. Newspaper, they barely reading those. Right. Because if you were to build a traditional business 15, 20 years ago, that's what you're doing. You spending $4,000 to $5,000 on a quick radio commercial. That's probably going to drive a crazy amount of traffic. Shit, you could spend $4,000 on Facebook ads and quadruple whatever you're going to make from radio ads. Like, you know what I mean? Believe it or not, it's true. It's true. Right. We gotta get out there and do it. So when picking a coach, right? When picking a coach, those are some things that you want to focus on, right? Make sure they got some testimonies. Make sure that they got a simple system that you can apply, right? We're not trying to complicate the process. Make sure everything that they're doing is action steps, right? I don't want to sign up for a coaching program and they giving me 3, 4, 5 4-hour webinars. Like, bro, I didn't sign up for that. I signed up for what exactly do I have to do? Right? When you pay somebody big bucks, make sure that they're giving you exactly what you need to do step by step so that you can get out here in the marketplace as quickly as possible. Like we've been able to launch people and their businesses within 2 to 4 weeks, right? 2 to 4 weeks. You shouldn't be spending 3 months, 6 months to just launch. Like, can we get launched in 2 to 4 weeks? Can I start generating some leads? Can I start having some conversations with some people? So make sure that your coaches come with those different things, y'all. All right. My man, giving man love. Let's see. What's next? The most interesting business trends in 2021. That's interesting. You know, I'm so here. Like, I don't really pay attention to a lot of stuff that's happening, you know. The biggest business trend is people doing a lot of online conferences, obviously, right? Because of the COVID situation, we can't go into buildings anymore. I mean, we can now. I mean, things are opening up, but the reality is they're bringing people in buildings, and they're streaming this stuff, right? So not only can you can get such a bigger reach now. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, let's do this event in-house. Great. Let's charge them XYZ amount of money for being here and being in the midst of the energy. But at the same time, let's stream this bad boy out as well, so we can also get a few bucks for the people who can't make it to where we are right now. Like, that's phenomenal. That's huge, right? Streaming is getting extremely big, right? Last year was cool, but when COVID hit, it went crazy because people had to communicate. They had to connect. So I suggest that you start to really master this thing called streaming, right? My idea, and I'm gonna throw it out there because I don't care, and I hope some of you guys pick up on the idea and go ahead and make it happen. Like, the Breakthrough Kings platform, the vision now, it's changed. Like, the vision is the same. We're trying to empower men, right, on the Breakthrough Kings platform. However, I'm like, you know what? We can go live, right? And I know that there's a lot of men out there that, you know, have some value, that have some insight, that have been helping people, right? That can continue to help people. And why not build the platform and allow them to plug in and stream their content on the Breakthrough Kings, right? I said, why not build the platform and have these men be able to plug into the platform, and we help each other build each other's platforms. Like, so can you imagine, you know, the page appearing to be like a radio station? Like, at any given time, there's someone on giving some value, right? Doesn't that happen every day on the radio? At any given time, somebody's live giving some value. Can you imagine having all these strong men, right? Empowered men on the Breakthrough Kings, just all day long, just constantly giving value and lifting people up. I was like, man, that's what it is. Like, that's what this whole thing is about, right? So far now, we got the Imperfect Father streaming on Sundays. We have myself and doing Make Account Mondays, myself doing wealth building Wednesdays. We got, relationships on Saturday. We got the Marketers Cypher every other Wednesday at 7, right? It's just all these great minds and people just coming together. We got Shannon Smith on Thursdays, and we're finding more and more talent to be able to stream, right? To just give value to the platform. And that's a powerful thing, right? A very, very powerful thing. So streaming is it. You want to build your business? Start streaming and getting people to know exactly who you are and what you do. Stream while you're working, right? Sandra, can you imagine streaming while you're cleaning the building and showing people, yo, this is what I do. This is how I serve. This is what the impact is, right? You ever follow some of these bigger pages, some of these bigger influencers, some of the really good ones like, what's the name? Tabitha Brown or Harris, I can't think of Malcolm Harris. Like, these are some really big influencers. And what do? They just simply share their life with the marketplace in a sense. You know what I mean? They do it really well, and they're able to just intertwine their business all in it too. And it's just, and what is her name? Nikki Saunders. She's an expert on branding, and she really talks about the brand is your personal brand. You are your brand, right? So let's take advantage of streaming. Streaming is huge. I think that's the most, people, you're like, Mike, is it the most interesting? I say, yeah, I think it is the most interesting because it just allows you to connect with so many different people at any given time. And you can do it all the time. It's like, I think it's great. I think it's a great way to build your brand. I love it. And if you guys got any insight on that, just drop, if you think other trends are most interesting, drop those trends. Because things are happening. A lot of people are getting into the whole content space. They're really starting to understand the impact of content. And not only are they starting to realize that content doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be perfect. Content doesn't have to be, this expensive stuff, right? Content doesn't have to be any of that stuff, right? This is content. This is me just running my mouth up here. And you guys are like, yo, that's awesome, right? I'm just running my mouth based on years of experience and what I see. And for those who dig it, they connect. That's all it is. Yeah, Kevin said you early today. Yeah, this is the Marketers Cypher. But the crew, they out here just doing their thing. So the crew is missing tonight. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm going live, right? It's what you got to do. Right? It's what you got to do. You just got to just get on here. Let's do it. It was scheduled. It was on the calendar. It's got to happen. Whether it's myself or not, it's got to happen, right? So we're going to make it happen. What is the best way to market your ideal client? What is the best way to market to your ideal client? I kind of touched on that earlier because, I live by it. I ain't going to deny it. From my perspective, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, hands down the best way to market to your ideal client right now, right? Because it's just where they are. The reality is these two platforms aren't going anywhere anytime soon, right? So you have to take the time to really learn how to work them, right? Whether that's paid advertising, whether that's learning how to, pump out content every single day, learning how to get into these hashtags, right? Learning how to network and get more people on your live streams, like, connecting with other folks that do what you do, connecting with just like, if you ever just get on Instagram at, between like 7 and 10 o'clock at night, you see all these different people, they're Instagramming together. You got Instagram with Instagram. You can have 4 different people on Instagram live now. It's like, it's sick. And we're literally building our own stages. You are building your own stage now, right? You don't need anyone to give you any level of approval. You can build your own stages. Come on, we got something like 8,000 people following this page. Like, I don't even know 8,000 people, but we're building our own stage. Right? We got advertisements that run every single day, building our own stage. Some of the panelists who aren't here tonight, they're doing the same thing right now as we speak, building their own stage. Like, yo, you don't want to hire me to speak? It's cool. I'll speak in front of the 30 people that come to the Breakthrough King show. That's it. I started officially podcasting, right? And that's another way, podcasting. I started officially podcasting like 2 weeks ago. When I just in my mind saying, all right, I'm going to create some content. I'm gonna upload it, and then I'm gonna be consistent. That's all that was in my mind. I'm gonna create some content. I'm gonna be consistent. We're getting downloads. I'm like, man, who's downloading this stuff? Right? I'm like, who's downloading this stuff? Just being consistent, just sharing your value. It's too often that, because we got these big goals, these big visions, right? These unbelievable dreams. And the work that we do every day isn't getting us any closer to the goal. We decide to switch up the plan. It's like, bruh, why are we switching up the plan? Right? Little results are still results. Gradual growth is still growth. Right? Everybody's in a rush to get rich. Everybody's in a rush to have the most followers. Why? Right? Be strategic in building up your skill set. So when the moment comes when you actually have people watching you, guess what? You have something to say. Right? There was a very long time, and I'm talking about years of time, when I talk on live streams and nobody would show up. I do webinars and it'd be nobody there or one person there. And today we'll do live stream. I do a live stream every Sunday to talk about Facebook ads now. On average, 50 to 60 people show up every week. I'm like, 50 to 60 people come in to hear me talk. That's crazy. Consistency. That's it. Facebook ads, podcasting, live streaming. That's it. You get them 3 things going right now, you'd be surprised where you are next year. And mind you, remember what I said, next year. Give yourself 12 months to focus in on a method and master it. Get that thing cranking out for you. Right? Don't split. You just like you don't need to split your money in so many different advertising avenues. Right? Don't split your time and energy in multiple streams of income. You give one thing all you got right now. You make that shit work, and it will create the other levels and the other income streams for you. It will create the financing you need for all this other stuff. And guess what? All the other stuff will be easy because you've already done the hard work. I like watching people who are being themselves, honestly. Absolutely. And those are the people who build the biggest platforms, Dan. The ones that just, they're themselves, right? If one of these pictures was to fall off the wall, and I know it's going to happen one day, if one of these pictures decides to fall, guess what? I'm just going to keep going because it is what it is. This is the age that we're in now. We want to see real people out here in the trenches, right? Because we've grown up and when the internet, kind of like, few years, internet's doing its thing, and it's just all these people with a whole bunch of nonsense that don't work, and actual scammers versus people who, trying to get rich quick and not really putting in the effort, and, comparing their, 2 minutes of work to somebody who's been, working for, 12 plus years on their business, people pretending that they own stuff. So we want to see real people out here. We want to hear from them, right? Podcasting, live streaming, advertisement. You got to do it. You got to do it, right? And it's got to be consistent. What made you decide to build a business in your niche? I love that. I'm going to answer that. Now, I started Breakthrough Kings. I was doing affiliate marketing for a long time, like network marketing, affiliate marketing for a long time, right? Up and down in income, up and down in success, different groups every year. It was getting exhausting. To not be able to hit the level of success that you want, the income that you want. It was exhausting. And I felt I wasn't growing anymore. It's like, yo, how can I grow? What's going to force me to really grow? Right? I decided to help other men who were in the same situation I was in, right? Stuck, right? Lack of focus, buying every product under the sun, but still can't seem to break through, right? Calling people coaches and mentors. Meanwhile, they really ain't shit. right? Like doing all these different things over and over again, posting the quotes to try to see if people want to, turn 500 into 2000. Like it was just getting exhausting, repetitive, and there was just no growth. So launching Breakthrough Kings, really sitting down to understand the vision of Breakthrough Kings and creating some values, having a purpose behind what we were doing, it turned into so many other great things, right? I built the platform utilizing Facebook ads. And then I said, you know what? I have a skill set there. Guess what? I can create a ads academy. Let me create that. And I created that. And I created things that, I was really excited about and passionate about, seeing other men really step into their power, becoming more well-rounded, focusing on family, focusing on success, focusing on leadership, focusing on community, right? That's why I got into this niche. And then, not really calling myself a coach. I gave that to other people. They gave me that title. I didn't give myself that title. One day you just start seeing guys inboxing you, "What up, coach? What you got today?" Or like, I hear you, coach. That's what's up. And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. That's really cool." You know what I mean? So what we're doing is working. You know what I'm saying? So when you really got a heart for something, you really got a passion to do something, that's probably the most important reason why you should start something and get into a specific niche, right? Because it just makes you feel valued, right, as a person, and it makes you want to work more on yourself, makes you want to work more on your content, makes you want to get better at what you do, makes you want to invest, makes you want to be around the best circles. And honestly, that encouraged me to make probably one of the biggest investments I've ever made, and it was into a coach that really gives me the gems, right? That really gives me the execution piece, right? That really gives me the plan that works. So all this stuff just in line. When something is right, everything else will fall into place. That's just a fact. You are a coach. Appreciate you. No, I appreciate you, George. That's what's up. Right. That's what's up. I love it. So, so that's a question you got to ask yourself for sure. What's going to encourage you, when you do choose a niche, make sure that there's something behind it, some purpose behind it, right? Because purpose is important. That thing, purpose, to take you to the moon, man, for real. And it allow you to make the right decisions and choices for what you got to do. What are some common misconceptions people have about entrepreneurship? Lord have mercy. First of all, we listen to too many people that's telling us that entrepreneurship is easy. It's the way to go. Some people really ain't built for entrepreneurship, honestly, right? And before we even get into the misconceptions, I would say definitely take like a DISC assessment or something like that. That really helps you to understand your behaviors, your values, right? And how your brain processes information. That's the DISC. Take that, really help yourself to understand all those different things and where you're probably a better fit naturally, right? Where you're a better fit naturally. Because sometimes we try to push entrepreneurship onto ourselves. Meanwhile, we really ain't built for it, right? Entrepreneurship comes with a lot of emotions, right? I mean, business could be booming and then there's dips. Like entrepreneurship is literally like the stock market, right? And if you aren't emotionally prepared for these dips, you're going to find yourself quitting. You're going to find yourself, what the word I'm looking for? What the word I'm looking for? When you kind of like shuffling around, hustling and bustling, trying to figure things out. But the reality is sometimes that's just business. You could be giving it 150% effort and you're not getting the results you want. Sometimes it's just business and it's going to have its flows. And then there's going to be times where you felt as if you didn't really put in a lot of effort, but you got 10 times the results. It's like, damn, well, how the hell did that happen? And then we go back into this dip again. And then you're like, shit. Right? It's an emotional roller coaster. And if you aren't, and I don't want to say if you're not prepared, if you're not getting yourself prepared, if you don't have a plan to control your emotions in entrepreneurship, it's going to be hard to be around for a while. It's going to be hard to have some longevity, right? It's going to be hard. You know what I'm saying? And some of us don't have the personalities. It's rough, right? Some of us got them real, anxious personalities. And if you're not emotionally prepared for the dips, it's going to be rough, right? Misconceptions, that you can do it on your own. That's a hell of a misconception. You can't do none of this on your own. No way. No way. And you shouldn't want to. Why would you want to do this by yourself? And I'm not talking about having a partner. I'm going to go back to the earlier topic, coaching, right? You should never want to do this by yourself. You should want somebody that has a proven blueprint that you can follow. Now, obviously, that plan is not going to, it's not a one size fits all type of thing, right? We got a system. We can implement the system, but within the context of that system, we make it work for our business. Right? Because if anybody tries to sell you this one size fits all system, that's just not real, right? Because there's a lot of elements inside that system. Like, what are you selling? Who are you selling it to? Right? What's your pricing? How are you selling it? Right? Although we got that one system, all those other elements apply. So that misconception that, it's a one size fits all, that's bad. That's terrible. Right? That you only have to invest the first time. Like, that you have an LLC and you're in business. You ain't in business with just an LLC. You might have a name and you've registered it. You're allowed to get a business account, but that don't mean you're in business. You ain't in business till you got your first client. Right? You ain't in business until you marketing effectively every day and building that personal database and communicating with that database every day, giving them that value every single day as much as possible. And boom, you get your first couple of clients. Now we in business, baby. Right? You ain't in business until you understand your numbers. Right? I meet some business owners, they don't know how much they spending. They don't know how much they earning. It's like they don't know anything about their numbers and wonder why they can't grow. Too many times coaches are out there to make money off of you. Yes. That is a fact, Dan. There are coaches that don't actually have results in what they're trying to coach you on. We've made it too common to just call ourselves a coach, right? It's like, yo, where's your scars? Where's your battle marks, right? How can you call and define yourself a coach? Where's your content? Who you talking to, right? Like, too many of us. Tony Robbins, he said everybody can be a coach. That's not true, right? Everybody's not built to help people make true transformation. And my most recent coaches, man, they've been instilling that in my head for almost a year now, helping people to make true transformation. It's one thing to show you how to create a system. It's another thing to show you how to operate it, keep it going and grow it, right? And expand it and move yourself and start removing all these hats. Right? If your coach doesn't have the intention of helping you to start removing hats, right? And what are the hats, right? Administration, marketing, sales, right? We got all these hats, right? Your coaches should want to help you start removing those hats so that you can step into that CEO role, right? Coaches see things from a different lens. They step back and, we typically come to the coach with just emotional. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying and it's just nothing's working, right? This month was bad and this, that's how you come to the coach. And the coach is like, yo, let me see the numbers. And you're like, what? Right? You thought he was going to pat you on the back, right? And said, oh, it's going to be okay. No, he said, let me see the numbers. I'm telling you my story too. This was me. He said, let me see the numbers. I said, all right. He said, let me see the numbers for the last 90 days. 90 days, you want all that? Yes, all of that. Right? Because we get so focused and caught up in what's happening to us right now. But let's look at the whole picture. Let's look at the last 90 days. And that's what I did. I looked at the numbers. And then he said, give me the averages. I gave him the averages. He said, what you think? I said, well, damn, I'm not doing as bad as I thought. Right? So we can't, these emotional ups and downs, these ebbs and flows, these dips, right? It's an emotional thing, man. It's emotional. That's probably the biggest misconception about entrepreneurship. that people don't realize. And we got to be able to control that and contain it in order for us to really grow, to become the entrepreneurs that we want to be, right? Just simply being consistent, right? I say it all the time. Bruce Lee say, I'm not afraid of the guy who knows 1,000 kicks. I'm afraid of the guy who's mastered one. Be the guy who's mastered one, right? Because that one kick could take everybody out compared to your 1,000 that you barely know. You just know them. I know Facebook ads. I know YouTube ads. I know LinkedIn ads. Like, you know them, but have you mastered them? Right? I know how to get some engagement on social media, but have you mastered it? Like, have you gotten a result from it? Right? How you guys get what I'm saying? Let me know if I'm talking too much. Let me know if I'm talking too much. I then came down here and held the whole cipher down by myself. You remember when you see the panel next in 2 weeks, y'all let the panel know Mike held down the cipher by himself for almost 50 minutes. You let them know. Y'all better show up next week. You let them know. Let them know. My man said, nope, I ain't talking too much. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, you know. Any specific questions that you guys might have right now about where you are in your business, right? Chris gave a question earlier about how to market his business a little bit more. And honestly, it's like, yo, you got to determine what level of value can you exchange for contact information? Like, seriously, right? We got to start building that database, guys. That's so valuable. Start thinking about yourself as like a Macy's, right? Start thinking like, I'm a Macy's. I say I'm Macy's, right? And if you're signed up for Macy's, they're sending you emails like almost every day, sometimes multiple times a day, right? Because they're communicating with you. They know how big that list is. They know how many people are already emailing you about what they're emailing you about. So they got to make sure that they stay at the top of that thread so they can always be in your inbox, right? Text messaging, right? Every now and then the companies will text message you, say, what's up? What's going on? Check out what we got. Right? If you're on my text message list, I probably text message you guys, several times a week to tell you that Breakthrough Kings is going live. Right? We're on the Cypher right now, but we also streaming on Breakthrough Kings as well. So we got to shout them out. Right? It's important. That's where we start. Let's build this database and let's learn how to effectively communicate to them. You're selling big ticket stuff. Yo, start getting on one-on-ones with people. The internet has made us a little bit lazy, right? They preach this whole automated income type thing. It exists, but the reality is, if I really want to grind and make money, I got to be making personal contact with people. I got to be talking with people, right? I got to learn how to get people to know, like, and trust me in 30 minutes. Sometimes 15, right? Don't walk away from that stuff. That stuff is big. Should I get a brand ambassador? Maybe an influencer. If it happens, it happens, Chris. Would I chase one? No, I wouldn't. I'd build my own table, bro. Set up your fan page. Go get you a fan page banner, right? Get yourself, say, yo, Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, Friday, whatever days, pick 2 to 3 days out the week where you say, yo, I'm going to go live. I'm going to go live about these topics, right? Put yourself a capture page together, start collecting data, right? Maybe even doing consultations with people. Yo, let me see, what's going on in your business, what's working, what's not working in your business. And not only selling your tool, but also other resources on top of that. Because I believe I'm not going to sell you just the Bentley tire. I'm going to sell you the whole fucking Bentley. The whole Bentley. I'm selling you the whole Bentley. I want you to be mine and mine only. I want to be the last coach you ever have, right? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, same thing with your customers, man. We want our customers, we want to be the last person they come to for text message marketing, Christopher. You want to be their guy forever. You got to bring that value. He's saying he went crazy with the emojis, right? I mean, that's it. That's what's going to help you, kind of separate yourself from everybody else. Everybody here and you don't have to be some dynamic speaker, and you don't have to, you have to have fancy words. Like Dan said earlier, just be yourself, man. All people want is the nuggets. They just want the info, right? Yeah, some people want to be inspired and whatnot. They can go to somebody else's page and get inspired. I'm here to give you the info on what my niche is, right? That's it. And if enough of us practice that every day, a lot more of us will find themselves some success, right? Because, and although we have big visions, right? We all got big visions. We all want to make 6 figures a month, and, we all want to go crazy. We all want to, we got big dreams and goals, right? Right now, how about we say, let me focus on making my first 1,000 a month, right? Let me focus on making my first 5,000, right? Let me focus on making my first 10,000, right? Let me get the 25,000, right? And you just you set yourself up with these milestones, right? And let's start there. It's cool to have the vision. I got all my vision. You can't see it right here, but it's all posted on my wall here. And I read those visions. I read those affirmations every morning, right? I do it every morning. I get myself in the zone of where I need to be, get my energy up, look at my calendar, right? See how I got to crush it for the day and all that good stuff. But the reality is I'm working on each and every day. It's like, how many people am I going to talk to today? How many offers am I going to give today? Right? How many people do I need to follow up with today? And you just make that a habit, right? And how many people am I going to enroll into my program today? How many people are going to buy my product today? Put those set of goals on what you need to do daily, right? After about a month or so, you pay attention to all those numbers. How many appointments you had, how many people you spoke to, how many people told you yes, how many people said no. And you look at all those numbers and you say, well, if these numbers allowed me to hit this amount of money, what do I need to do to increase these numbers in order to make even more money? It's all mathematics, man. It's all business is mathematics. That's my biggest takeaway from last year, man. My coach really drilled that into me and said, this shit is all math. And I'm like, you are so right. It is truly all math, And it takes away a lot of the stress and anxiety. And that's how you can have a predictable business, right? You can have a predictable business now because you understand your numbers. Like, that's deep. That's probably went over somebody's head, but is what it is. Is what it is, right? My bad, y'all. Miss Kelly's post. Hear you, my brother. Yes, indeed. What's up, Kelly? Right? It's real talk. That was dope. Anything else? Any other questions, comments, concerns, guys, you guys might have? I love it. I love this stuff. Just because, I'm sorry, Breakthrough Kings, I am not going live at 9 because I just gave you all some value at 7. So you're going to have to go ahead and watch that replay. I think this was enough. Typically, we do Wealth Building Wednesday. So I'm going to make this Wealth Building Wednesday. Why not? That's cool. See, when you own your own platform, you do what the fuck you want to do, right? It's what it is. It's what it is. You build your own table. You build your own audience, right? You, each and every one of you have the power to do that now. You got the power to do it. Do it. Have fun with it. Can't nobody tell you nothing when you're doing your own thing. I love it. George says, I sell life insurance. It takes 9 no's to get a yes sometimes. You know what? And that's not bad, George. And that's the mental hump that so many people got to get over it. Like, sometimes it might take 10 people for you to get that one yes, but that one yes is so valuable. And it says, if I got to speak to 10, if I got to speak to 9 to get, if I got to speak to 10 to get 1, I need to do that every week so I can get 1 a week, right? And if you want to kick it up a notch, talk to 20 people a week so you can get 2, right? I know George know what I'm talking about, man. Sometimes it be like that. That's just business, especially when you're dealing with something as emotional as life insurance, right? Like finances, right? Or big ticket items. That's the reality. Everybody ain't gonna say yes, right? And it's cool. And some people just don't say yes right now. You never know what happens to, like, just imagine if you would have had your pistons pumping, right, last year, and then COVID-19 hit, right? COVID-19 hit. However, you still had a system put in place and you were still rocking that system, like most of my friends, right? When people started to get all this money from the government, you would have been the one to reap all the benefits of that newfound money that all these entrepreneurs got, right? There was money flowing last year. It was out there. But some of us got so caught up in what was happening nationally that we forgot to take a seat back and say, you know what? Although I might have to change a few things about how I'm doing it, but I damn sure ain't going to stop doing it, right? We took stop doing it too literally, too literal. And a lot of us lost their pants for it. Thanks, Mike, for the value and words of wisdom. Absolutely, Dan, not a problem, my brother. I'm just up here shooting my shot, talking my mouth. Thank you so much for the information. Absolutely, Don, no doubt, man, no doubt. George, no doubt. I appreciate that for real. Y'all are the reason all these platforms exist. All right. I'm representing the Cypher tonight, although, you know, I got my Breakthrough King stuff up, but I'm representing the Cypher, the Marketers Cypher. We do this every other Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's typically about anywhere between 6 to 8 entrepreneurs on the panel, and we all answer the questions that I had today. We typically answer those questions as like, you know, kind of like a round robin. We'll hop in. All of them have different niches that they focus on, and they're really dope at all of them. So definitely in 2 weeks, come back to the Cypher at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come kick it with these entrepreneurs. They're awesome. There's so many different, from branding, marketing, employee engagement, networking. Like, they're all dope at different things, and I typically interview them. And it's fun. It's a good time. All right. You guys rock tonight. I thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. I see you guys either on Breakthrough Kings or the Cypher, somewhere out there on the internet. I want to see y'all out here in the trenches. That's what this is about. Being in the trenches. Don't let in. Don't let in. Don't let somebody else's lack of discipline and integrity stop you from chasing your dream, stopping you from building that legacy that you want, stop you from going further than you are right now, stopping you from level up your success. Don't let nobody make you feel bad about wanting more and growing and going after what you want. It's your boy, Mike Williams. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.